Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, what a climb! They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
He rises! And yes, it's there! Not one, but two. It is a dream start. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Now it's Szoboszlai. He's gone for goal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Szoboszlai actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. Szoboszlai. Rummenigge looking to add to his goal. Oh, he's tried one! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Well, they scored their first goal from a corner. What about now? Punched away. And a chance! Same again, same outcome.
Barcelona really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Barcelona have their third corner. Keeper has taken decisive action. He's had a shot! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he?
And it's Zanetti. Now that looks a decent ball. Szoboszlai takes aim and crosses. Puyol getting this one clear. Makaleli. Searching pass he's played there. Zanetti. And Mateus. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. It's a searching pass. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Fernandez. Now it's Szoboszlai. And he's on his way! Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. That pass has been well intercepted. Puyol tries making a foray down the right. And we've reached half-time. reflections on the first half?
Barcelona clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Barcelona ahead 2-0 and they are looking good. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. It's Pirlo!
Pirlo made it all look so simple there before he invited his own complications.
And here's Szoboszlai. Zanetti. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Barcelona in a very solid position, 2 to the good. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Barcelona can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And this is Del Piero. Messi. Lobbed in behind. Pass is just off target. And that has put paid to that. Thuram kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking...
Rummenigge! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Corner number 4 coming up here. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And now they can spring out of defence. Messi. Pelé. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now he's got space here. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Matthäus. Rummenigge. And here's Szoboszlai. Looking for options for movement. Applies the finish! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Szoboszlai deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Now it's Pelé. It's a threatening ball. Aimed beyond the defence. Pelé was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
There will be 1 minute added time.
He's gone for goal. The whistle has gone and it is all over. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work.
Please make sure to watch the
Del
screen
Piero
for an
claiming the Man of the Match
information
award,
from the regional
and
police
there is
department.
very little room for argument. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
Danny Olmo!
And the ball's come... Oh, what has happened here?
Can he finish?
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Szoboszlai, there's the shot! Superb from Szoboszlai! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! The breakthrough strike! The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
Santos are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Owen. Santos look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back...
He's tried one! He's missed, but not by that far.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Nicely aimed pass. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And it's Olmo. That pass has been well intercepted. Threads one in. He is through here. Chance, surely! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught napping. Can he finish? A real chance and a real let-off.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that. If only he managed to retain his composure.
Now it's Owen. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Fernandez. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. That's really well manoeuvred. Nicely weighted ball. Fermin going full steam ahead down the left flank.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper is very relieved.
There will be one.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And it's half-time here. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Barcelona go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Now it's Danny Olmo. Fermin. Makaleli. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Thuram is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Barcelona are still that goal to the good. Rijkaard getting this one clear. Santos appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Irwin. Now it's Bergkamp. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Messi's cross.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Real chance! Sticks it away! Do not write them off! Back they come! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 21.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Santos grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Good play on the left-hand side here. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Nice looking ball. Floated through.
Barcelona clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Good read, needed to be. Fernandez. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Owen! And Owen! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
That pass isn't the best. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Now it's Del Piero. Oh, that's well spotted.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Fermin. Rummenigge. And that's it. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone...
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So off we go then. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the obvious standout in today's football.
Shapes to shoot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Flashes it across. And they've got rid. Good effort from distance.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. And they're back on the ball again. Now it's Dembele. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Mateus conjures time and space where few can. He has a look up. Shoots! Showing good feet. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. So it is still 0-0. Makalele kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Thuram is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rummenigge. Dani Olmo. And he's managed to get free. Marquinhos can get it clear. Neymar. In with the challenge. Neymar. That's good play. It could be in here. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing.
There will be 1 minute.
Marquinhos. He's beaten. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Barcelona! Deep into first half stoppage time, a crucial goal. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So off we go then. Well, plenty argue, Jim, that Lothar Matthäus is the complete footballer. Do you think so?
Yeah, he's a goal-scoring number 10 and a sweeper all in one. That's a pretty unique skill set. His career is all about leadership, glory and superb character.
And not a few goals, actually.
Yeah, of course.
And it's Dembele. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Plays a sharp little ball here. Now that's well seen too. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And he's managed to... takes the shot! Smashing save, really good save that.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Lahm promptly onto that, and that is that. Santos still without a single shot on target. Now it's Messi. Raul. Oh, that's ambitious. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Barcelona given another corner. Barcelona have their second corner now. Cleared away. He's in space and looking for options. Thuram can get it clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. He has found the way through. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And he's taking no chances there. Half an hour played now. Pelé. And he's let fly. And that will sail harmlessly past.
Santos really have been deserted by their composure and allowed frustration to take over, and it's not a good sign.
Marquinhos is there, and he can pick it up. And here's Zola. Lahm proves too strong. Barcelona are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
Cannavaro did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Messi picks it up out wide. Oh, shooting chance! And that would have been some goal.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
So, third corner of the game. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Santos are looking to go forward now.
At a time.
Oh no circumventing this opponent. And the referee brings the first half to a close. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps.
And now,
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
Birthday boy, a very special birthday.
And the action is back on the way.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. McAllister is always scanning the pitch for targets. And no, that was never going to make it. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Hullet. Messi. Played with finesse. And this is Dembele. And he's running through. Dembele! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Santos really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
That's a sharp pass. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. McAllister really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Thuram is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Now that looks a decent ball. He is through here! Oh, it's a foul there right on the edge of the box. The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick.
Substitution for Santos, number 23.
So, power or guile, what's it going to be?
On the field
And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation.
Oh,
it's a beauty! A finish right from the top draw! Finally, the deadlock is broken!
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, he's had a shot! And the ball's come loose here. Oh, he's been caught napping. And the finish! It's fallen kindly here. And it's in. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's
Climbs up big! No, not the best of headers. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. And they win it back again. And it's Messi. That's been cut out, well played. Oh, that's a foul, free kick's been given. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Pele puts his foot on the gas. That is a brilliant interception. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Santos clearly now in lead preservation mode. 4 extra minutes added on. Zanetti demonstrating his defensive quality there. Zola. And he's decided to go for it. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. It's a good 35 yards out, this. And with that, the final whistle. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Messi claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Santos definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And that gets things running.
The Dutch introduced total football to the world, and in many ways, Ruud Gullit is the perfect example.
Well, he really could... Berbatov! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Can he get it through? No, it's come to nothing. Oh, that was vital. Gullit is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Bale. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Takes aim and crosses. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Plays a sharp little ball here. Could move up a gear here. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Well, that has not gone well. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. Well-timed, excellent interception. Matthäus, a probing pass. And this is Berbatov. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Aimed to be defence. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Soboslai providing an outlet on that. Chance! In for the pieces! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And Paris Saint-Germain take the lead. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Paris Saint-Germain have broken through. It's 1-0.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Knocks it into space. He's... Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Pass is just off target. Nicely shaped ball. Scholes. Now it's Berbatov. Berbatov. He's shifting through the gears here. Chance for a shot! Neymar finds himself offside. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And it's Otto. And this is Bale. Cannavaro. He's picked his way through. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Pinches it off him. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Mateus. Fernandez plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Lahm. Hullet. Rummenigge. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. That's an imaginative pass. And he's intervened well there. And that'll be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. How would you review the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter, be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Paris Saint-Germain have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 45, Berbatov. Coming on to replace him is number 9.
There's the start of the second half. Paris Saint-Germain carrying a 1-goal lead. He's found a way through. Rummenigge. Now can he find a finish? And he's gone looking for safety. That'll be a throw. Yep, it's a corner, and we have our very first corner. Otto goes short. Finds him. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Paris Saint-Germain have themselves a chance from the spot to increase the lead. As you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
The goal scorer for Paris Saint-Germain after 51 minutes is number 77, Gareth Bale.
Paris Saint-Germain are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Cannavaro.
Paris Saint-Germain have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Defending was strong and firm. Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Now it's Mbappe. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Nicely weighted ball. Cannavaro. Now it's Messi. Great ball if he can get there. Look at the big chance! Oh, it's come loose. Oh, and it's come back out to it. And one more try! And he's there to clear it. Cannavaro powering forward here. Looking for options for movement. And that is a little undercooked. Rijkaard cuts out the pass. Rummenigge, and that's a good ball. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. He won't be happy with that one. Matthäus gets a foot in here. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Szoboszlai is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. 75 minutes played. And here's Bale. The ball has bounced loose now. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Marquinhos, and he cuts out the supply. Oh, played right into his path. And that's put paid to a promising move. And he's away.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
He's got away. Plenty to aim at here. And Messi! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, judging by his reaction, he clearly feels he should have made more of it, but he's looking very much like the big threat at the moment.
That's a throw. Ah, good steal, he just read it. He's played it long. Now that looks a decent ball.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Danger averted for now. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And here's Messi. Rijkaard. And now the breakaway. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. Bale taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Your reflections then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner, Peter, look no further.
Lionel Messi, the great genius himself. It felt almost unfair at times, didn't it, the way he just seemed to sweep the opposition aside. Even traditional bogey teams were just powerless to resist him when he was on his game.
Yeah, and I remember one game against the boys from Madrid when that famous front three were simply unplayable. They each scored a goal with Messi.
He's tried one! Well, the contact was true enough, the aim wasn't quite.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
And he goes cross-field.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Cannavaro. And it's Messi. Now it's Bale. It's Bale! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Bale actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Barcelona with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Cleared away. And that's a dangerous ball. And he's quick to get it clear again. Puyol. Now, can they get him away? Chance to deliver.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
And here's Messi. Now there's a fine ball. Shoots! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And he was quick to react. Puyol. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And he's away. Bale! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him. Szoboszlai is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Out towards the flank. This looks promising. Plays it in low. Brilliantly cut out. Danger averted for now. Played out wide. That's good play. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And this is Eto'o. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Dani Olmo! Well, that is one way to stop him. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he's going to have his name taken. It looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge.
Substitution.
So the last big chance perhaps before half-time.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Zanetti. That's really well cleared. And we've reached half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Barcelona really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And it's Messi. Now he's got space here. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Baresi does well to get it back. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Mateus, the pressing's intense and it's paid off. Nicely worked. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Puyol. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Well, that looks a good ball through.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Zanetti. He's going for goal! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Xabi Alonso usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can, though.
Now it's Bale. And it's Cruyff. And that's put paid to a promising move. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, that's fabulous. Neymar, this is promising. And he's there to make the challenge.
Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Rummenigge.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Time and again they are repelled. Rummenigge. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that.
Please put your hands together, everyone, and give
So
our
what do you
boys
take
a
away
round
from
of
it all,
applause
Jim?
for a job
It's just
well
a bad
done.
day at the office, Peter. They look below par in all areas, and it has to be cause for genuine worry.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's down to business here. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables risk-taking while the gaps are filled. I'm very much a fan of it. There are a lot of people who seem to have kind of ignored it and just put it to bed, but it still works, it's still valid, and I think we're going to see it be successful here.
And the counter is on. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing and tactical intelligence, they're all top class.
Cannavaro. Rummenigge.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Messi. Good chance here. And we have our very first corner. Right card! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Cannavaro. And it's Messi! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Irwin. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Now it's Del Piero. Oh, facing, takes the shot! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, the keeper looks perplexed. That was hit with real ferocity.
Irwin is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Messi. That's good play. Well, that is a good challenge from him. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Oh, it's Neymar! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Tries to pass it through.
There they go, hunting again.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And this is Eto'o. And there's the end of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Please drink responsibly. Anyone appearing intoxicated or behaving in an inappropriate manner will be removed. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Substitution on the field, number 9, Bale. Coming on the field is number 20.
And the second half gets underway.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
And here's Cruyff. Hullet. Great chance! Superb goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So we have the first goal.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And he's forced to go back. Cannavaro. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Oh, shapes to shoot! Oh, in for the pieces! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi. Cruyff. Cruyff! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Irwin. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Hullet is always looking to break lines. He's through here. It's Eto'o! Eto'o has got himself a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here.
Well, this certainly fits the bill when it comes to the man for the occasion.
was travelling. Irwin. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, what's he done? He's had a shot! Should have equalised.
Oh, they really needed him to put that away.
And they win it back again. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Lexington couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Barcelona are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now. Barcelona really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Neymar! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Neymar actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. All the big boys are set for this. It's like land of the giants in there.
Howson. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Neymar. It's Neymar! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Played into space. Oh, this is a great position. He's come in hard. And we're done. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end.
Please take this opportunity to pay.
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Look, I think a draw might have been a much fairer result today. It's just that one crucial second half goal. That's what cost them.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's a 4-3-3.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
Great shapes to shoot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Barcelona with the corner, they're first. Not a lot we need to say about that. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Fermin. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Cannavaro demonstrating his defensive quality there. Neither side yet able to find the net. Lovely feet. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's really well cleared. And they're back on the ball again. Xabi Alonso did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Looking for the run. Spread neatly. Big chance! Goal! Barcelona! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
After 26 minutes is number 17, Gareth Bale.
Barcelona have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Tries to play it through, and he shoots! And that was probably asking just too much.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
And he can clear it away. Fernandez can so cleverly bypass the press. Oh, good ball! Rummenigge! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
A probing pass. Beckenbauer does really well to win the ball there. Cannavaro takes control of it and he's on the move. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. He's shifting through the gears here. Van Basten proves just a little bit too strong. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Oh, that's well spotted. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Reflections on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter, be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Barcelona happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0.
Substitution for Milan, number 16, Fermin. Coming on the field is number
Here we go
20,
again then.
Neymar.
A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Oh, that's fabulous. It's Neymar! It's off target and by quite a way.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Irwin is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Foot in. Zanetti. And Dani Olmo. And it's Fernandes. Spread it left. Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Fernandes. Team still separated by the game's only goal. Now who's going to be first to this? Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Van Basten. He's picked his way through. That's tidy. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Neymar! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Zanetti with the clearance.
Milan really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Flashes it across. That's a decent clearance. Irwin with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Fernandes. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter...
Chance for a shot! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
Corner number 2 then. Milan are looking to go forward now. He's a sharp little ball here.
Might want to be careful there. Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Rummenigge. And he's quick to snatch it back. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Yeah, he may feign to shoot and just play it into the box.
Oh, that was close. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Tries to pass it through. Bale gets into a good position. Chiellini defends. He's going for goal! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Rijkaard brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, just skips past his man. It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Barcelona nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Added minutes has been indicated.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And there goes the final whistle. Barcelona have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Bale picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Yeah, clean sheets and hard grind will help you go places, and they have a resolve that'll envy many.
So, many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have.